Prepare now. 2024 in the next 6 years till 2030 is going to be the greatest missed opportunity to transform your family's wealth timeline. In today's video, we're going to break down how Kamala Harris says she's going to move Gary Gensler into the Treasury Secretary. So we're going to go from Janet Yellen to Gary Gensler. That's really interesting. And also, if you didn't see yesterday, RFK's camp said they may be joining forces with Trump. Think about this for just a moment, how crazy this is. A unity party to beat Kamala Harris. We're also going to talk about how BlackRock is going to take over the world with Bitcoin right by its side. Let's dive right in. So in back end of every video, I share with you exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so the first thing, this came out August 19th. So Kamala Harris likely to nominate Gary Gensler as the Treasury Secretary if elected. I mean, come on. So David Schwartz put out a funny tweet. Oh my God, it was so funny. I'm going to paraphrase it, but he said, well, awesome. So we know that he's going to be out of the SEC with the promotion to the Treasury Secretary. And it's just like, oh my gosh, it was a funny tweet. But I mean, come on, guys. Like, this is really interesting. So I shared with you guys my narrative in the last video around a left election around cryptocurrency and a right election around cryptocurrency. But this is wild. So this is historical. That's what we do know. But let's keep moving through here. So now Bitcoin is creating this weird, crazy narrative. And I'm going all in on Bitcoin, guys. As much as I can accumulate, I am. And there was somebody sent me a pretty neat message. So I want to respond to this. So someone's like, why are you talking about Bitcoin and XRP? All I talk about is the things that I am doing. I'm not telling you what you need to do. I have many other altcoins that are going to probably 10x, 30x, things like that. But I'm talking about I'm a intelligent investor. The book, I read the book Intelligent Investor. I like to call myself an intelligent investor. But after I read that book, I stick with fundamental long-term things that I believe are going to be here for the long term. I'm not even worried about the bull run. Bull run, of course, I'm going to pull profits. But with Bitcoin, I am not touching it. The reason why my narrative changed last July around Bitcoin, okay, is because of what's happening right now. I could see the wave of energy coming. All of a sudden, they made the decisions that we thought they were going to make. We realize that there's something going on with Bitcoin here, which I'm going to break down a little bit deeper, okay? So 60%, this is from Bitcoin Magazine, of large hedge funds have disclosed Bitcoin ETF holdings. 60% of the largest hedge funds have disclosed Bitcoin ETF holdings. How dramatically has this changed from 2022, when Biden put sanctions on Russia, to now 2024? 60% of large hedge funds are now holding Bitcoin ETF. Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo Bank, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, all have access to the Bitcoin ETF. So let's dive a little bit back into history. So Bitcoin's inception, we know, started in 2009. So 2008, a white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, was published by an unknown person or persons going by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. 2009, Bitcoin was created, becoming the first truly decentralized cryptocurrency. At the exact same time, BRICS was created. Now remember, BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, that acronym was created by Goldman Sachs. And they took the name and said, that's a great idea. It says in line 1, this came out in June 16, 2009. Bitcoin's inception was in 2009. It says, we stress the central role played by the G20 summit in dealing with financial crises. They have fostered cooperation, policy coordination, and policy dialogue regarding international economic financial matters. This happened right after the financial collapse. So these countries were looking at our country and like, wait a minute, you can print your way out of your problems. You're the only country that can do that. And when you mess with interest rates, you mess with our economy. They're like, F that. So they created BRICS, working to de-dollarize, and then all of a sudden, at the same time, Bitcoin was created by a Satoshi Nakamoto. So let's take a look at the largest Bitcoin holders, okay? We got BlackRock Bitcoin holdings officially surpasses Grayscale. What's next for the BTC price? So check this out, guys. So Grayscale has now been passed by BlackRock. That's not what I want to show you guys. This is what I want to show you guys, okay? So who are the top holders in Bitcoin? This is where my narrative I'm working. I'd love to hear, you guys are so educated and have so much great information out there. Like, let's connect the dots. Let's try to figure this out all together. So Satoshi Nakamoto is the number one holder in Bitcoin. Obviously, he's the creator. This pseudonymous person that nobody knows who that is. That's the number one person. Number two is Binance. Number three is Grayscale. Number four is BlackRock. I think BlackRock just passed Grayscale. So you can comment down below. I think that just happened. So we know they're in the top four. Number five is MicroStrategies. Okay. So now we have the pseudonymous person that created Bitcoin in 2009. The white paper came out in 2008. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa created BRICS to work to de-dollarize in 2009. Binance, Grayscale, and BlackRock are now the largest holders of Bitcoin. Okay. Oh, and then I think, did I say MicroStrategies? MicroStrategies. Okay. So let's go a little bit further here. So we look at MicroStrategies, who are the top holders of MicroStrategies. Vanguard doesn't have exposure to crypto, or excuse me, to Bitcoin. I couldn't find any exposure to it, but they do have it organically through MicroStrategies, who's the number one holder in Bitcoin. And then you got BlackRock. Okay. Interesting, right? So we've brought this up multiple times. This came out on March 5th, 2024. Russia, China team up against the US dollar with planned blockchain payment system. Okay. It's like, wow, holy cow, man. I wish we could just snap our fingers and wake up November 5th and see what's going on here. So, okay. So we got a lot of things happening here, family. So we got RFK. His running mate was like, it was a really good interview. I'd highly recommend you go on Tom Bilyeu's website. I'm sorry if I said that incorrectly. Tom Bilyeu. Yeah, Tom Bilyeu's wonderful interview. And I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. But RFK's running mate. And she's very articulate. And what I really loved about what she said is the fact that I think they put $10 million into this, and they've been sued by the left, the Democrats. They've been tried to push. I mean, you see what's happening right now. Okay. So what I really enjoyed what she said is she's like, it's not about us winning. It's about the American people. It's about our children. It's about going against big pharma. It's about all these things that we truly believe in as American. And it may behoove us to step out of the race and do a unity party with Trump to beat the Democrats, right? Okay, so we have to ask ourselves, what is happening here? Take off your political hat, take off left, take off right, take the middle ground. We are going through a radical, listen to me, transformation in your financial system. This system cannot sustain itself. Jerome Powell said that, the head of the Feds. This is an unsustainable system. The fix is an asset-backed currency. It's not by chance that all of a sudden, the thing that was created pseudonymously in 2009, these other countries are working to de-dollarize after 2009, that they've just turned the printing machine on full blast, Cantillon effect, and went to the top of the house, and it's bled down to the people. So now we're over-leveraged. There's no money in the system now. But you can fix it by bringing Bitcoin underneath the treasury, shrinking the balance sheet, and creating an asset-backed currency, an even playing field, an even monetary system, bringing a bag of currencies together, no longer a dominant currency, no longer the America dominating everybody, a bag of currencies where currencies are regulated by bags of currency. Got the G7, you'd have the BRICS, you would have each one of them would have a bag of currencies which would regulate across an even playing field because money's going to move at the speed of light. They know that. We can transact with each other now, guys. I mean, I don't know when Robinhood came out, but it wasn't that long ago. Before, you had to go to a financial advisor, you had to go to an asset manager, you had to be in the private bank, and now you can go on Robinhood and invest for yourself. You can buy crypto for yourself. They don't like that. So remember, first they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. Draper. It's happened in every boom and bust cycle. So now we're in regulation and joining phase. Now that they can get a piece of the pie, or they knew they couldn't beat it, so they join it. And now this is really important. We're still in extreme speculation phase. It's going to take years for people to believe in this. And when they believe in it, they won't even know they're operating on it. That's the key to this. So all I'm sharing with you guys is be very, very careful. Understand the game of cryptocurrency or any boom and bust cycle. It's very, very speculative, very volatile. So we're heading into the back end of this year into a bull run. Okay. If they lower rates in September, we'll see a pump after the November election. If it goes right, right, it's going to be very favorable for crypto. If it goes left, crypto's still going to go through the bull run. It just may look very different. We may have to navigate this quite a bit differently. There'll be a lot of red tape, a lot of not private and public sector coming together. I think we'll be more in a deep centralized system. That's just my opinion. You can kind of see the the way they're pushing this, right? They believe that you can just make it fair and equitable and give everybody $1 million and everybody be okay. That's not how it works. If you don't financially educate people, financial literacy is what we need, not just give money to people. That's what got us in this trouble. Financial literacy, education, God, God, we need God back in this country. God, Christ, Jesus Christ, Yeshua, however you believe in God, we need God as our foundation. We need financial education. We need people to start critically thinking, teach people critical thinking skills, not to just parrot information. So I'll get off my soapbox. So you guys know what I do. So basically, if you're new to my channel, what I do is I use the risk pyramid. I pull from high speculative, things like cryptocurrency. As it goes up, I buy when it's low and I sell when it's coming. When all of you guys are flooding in to get rich quick, I'm selling you my crypto. I pull it down the risk pyramid. I put my money to insurance. I use insurance. Some people use whole life. I use index universal life. That's what I use. I use term to protect my family. I like using index universal life personally. Some people use whole life from the infinity banking concepts, but I like, number one, insurance in general because I can insure my wealth. I also like to borrow against my policies tax-free. I also like to compound my money, right? So rule number one, don't lose money. Rule number two, follow rule number one, Warren Buffett. Okay. And then from there, we're getting into real estate, which is very exciting. I'm using silver as my barterability. I'm using Bitcoin as my gold, and I'm never selling my Bitcoin, just to let you guys know. And businesses, information, technology, intention, and education. And we are transforming our businesses into the future. We're going to be launching 3Team Media, which I'm very excited about. And I think that's all I got for you guys. So if you need any support at all, we'd love to help you with our family to yours. In the description of this video down below, if you fill out what's called a needs assessment, okay? People ask me all the time about how I insure my wealth. Okay. Now the needs assessment is all about you. You're going to fill out a free needs assessment. It's a free call from my team. They can talk to you about retirement strategies. Okay. So it's an absolutely free call. Watch out for the scammers. We're not messaging you proactively. I'll never ask about your portfolio. We do not invest people's crypto. We do not ask about your portfolio. Okay. These are my team members in all 50 states in, I was going to say Arizona, all 50 states and in Canada. So if you need any support, jump on the call. I'll just make sure you show up to your call. We're getting tons of appointments every single day. So make sure you show up to your call. Just respect our team members. They're going to call you, text you, and email you. And then we can have that conversation with you guys so we can help support you. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. So that's in the description of this video. If you're on YouTube, if you're in social media, click the link, fill out the needs assessment. Warriors, rise. Get your shit together. Love you guys.